Here back for another update. Let's take a look at BTC here today. Now what we have from this wave 3 is your 3-wave move down. Okay, then we have a 3-wave move to the upside. Now this over here, I'm thinking this is your A wave, this is your B wave, and then we come up in a 5-wave move for your C wave. Okay, that's what I'm thinking. So this B wave is complete, this A wave is complete. The only thing we need to complete over here is the C wave. Now the question is this C wave already complete? The only way to determine that is to see a move above 112,459. Yesterday, let's take a look at yesterday's post. Okay, so I did say I'd want to see a move above 112,107. However, the wave count has slightly changed over here because we were originally saying that this was a subwave 4 of 5, but we're actually going to place the wave 4 over here because this subwave, if it was a subwave 4 of 5, it would be overlapping into the waves that come before it. So instead, we're going to say that this is your wave 1. This is your wave 2. You have your 5-wave move down for your wave 3. You have your A, B, C up for your wave 4. And what I'd be expecting, if the bearish trend will continue, is a rejection off any of these fibs. Okay. So at 112,459, 113,156, and 113,852, we would reject off any of these fibs and then come down for a subwave 5 of our C wave. So don't forget, whenever you have a Elliott wave flat pattern, you're going to have your 3-wave move down, which we had. That's your A wave, your 3-wave move up for your B wave, and then your 5-wave move to the downside for your C wave. Now, within that C wave, we're within wave 5. Okay, within that wave 5, it looks like we're just finishing up this subwave 4. Now, in order to negate this downside, in order to negate this projected downside movement, I would like to see a daily close above 112,459 and a push above this swing high over here at 113,476, just in between the 702 and the 786. If we can sustain, if price can get sustained above these levels, this level right here, this level, if we can get above this level, these 3 levels, then it's very likely that the bottom is in, and we can say that, okay, yeah, this push may not happen, and that the bottom is in over here. We're already above the 9-day moving average. We're also above the 100-day moving average. But remember, if the price ends up getting knocked back down below the 100-day at 111,738, and especially the 9-day at 110,232, then it would be extra confirmation that this is just a subwave 4 of 5 of our C wave, and this isn't the bottom. Remember, we're going up here in a 3-wave move. Look over here. You see this? You have your 3-wave move up. You have your 3-wave move down, and this leg slightly sweeps your A wave low, and then for your C wave, you have a 5-wave move in the form of an overlapping structure or even a rising wedge-like structure. So we have to be very cautious. We can't fully say the bottom is in. We need extra confirmation of that. So like I said, I want to see a move above these 3 levels. Extra confirmation would be to see a move above the 21, back above the 21-day at 113,718. That would be the upside trigger. Getting a daily push above the 21-day at 113,718, that would be the upside trigger telling us that the bottom is in. The downside trigger would be to see a move back below the 100-day and the 9-day at 111.738 and 110.232. Now, there's 4 different ways we can find very accurate reversal levels. Okay, the first way is by taking a trend-based fib from the top of your wave. So we're just going to look at this wave 5, take a trend-based fib from the top of your wave 1 to the bottom of your wave 3 and up to the top of your expected wave 4, and we get these blue targets over here. You can also take a trend-based fib from the top of your macro A to the bottom of your A and up to the counter trend, and we get these white fibs. Okay. What you can also do is take a trend-based fib from the top of your wave 1 over here to the bottom of your wave 3 and up to the top of your wave 4. And last but not least, just take a simple fib right from the very bottom of the trend in April up to the top on the linear scale, and the 38.2% fib is at 105.186. So we keep coming down, we keep coming up with this region around the 106.414 area down to around 104.727. I would say we could possibly even wick down to 103.149, but I would consider that, like, if we came down here at around 103, that would be your last leg of exhaustion for sellers. Okay, I would say worst case scenario, we come down to the 200-day moving average at 101.487 as a wick. But remember, if price can't get above this yellow box, and more specifically the 21-day moving average at 113.718, then it's very likely the downtrend will still continue. Don't forget, the downtrend is likely going to come to an end very soon because we still have bullish divergence on the 4-hour time frame. Take a look here. This is the 4-hour, and you can see that we're making lower low since August, but a higher low on the RSI in that same time period. Okay, take a closer look over here. We have a lower high, but a higher high on the RSI. So we are printing bearish divergence here. So yeah, we may come down, but on the macro, we're still printing this bullish divergence. So the bottom may not be in yet, but it's likely to be in very soon, considering we have that bullish divergence. Okay, now if we come down, don't panic. I know most of you guys, if not all of you guys, are altcoin heavy. Most of your portfolios are heavy in altcoins. I want to let you know that I want to let you know that for over 3 years, when Bitcoin would make a higher low, altcoins would make lower lows. Okay, that was very frustrating time for many market participants. But the reason for that is because Bitcoin dominance, right? Bitcoin dominance has been going up for almost 3 years. We've been in an uptrend. Let's delete everything on this chart over here, and let's go to the monthly chart. Take a look at Bitcoin dominance going all the way back to November of 2022. Do you guys see we haven't had a monthly close below the 200-day moving average this whole entire time? It's not until July of 2025, which was just 2 months ago, right? And August of 2025, which was just 1 month ago, where we finally got that monthly close, 2 consecutive monthly closes below the 200. The first time in over 973 days. So now that the trend is finally shifted on Bitcoin dominance, when Bitcoin makes a higher low or ends up making a lower low, altcoins will likely make higher lows. So you see how the trend is shifted now? So I believe we still have a long ways to go. I mean, the downtrend has just started, pretty much. I'm still expecting a move about 23% from the current price. Let's take a look here at BTC DOM. I still think we come down to this inversion fair value gap, which is at the 70.2 and 78.6% fib, right around here at 46.97 to 44.72%. You see how we have this gap over here on the weekly? And it's so crazy because this gap is right where the 702 and 786 is. When you take a fib right from the bottom of the uptrend up to the top of this uptrend. So lots of confluence around this area. I still expect to move down there. Now, in the case that Bitcoin has that flush, Bitcoin dominance may come up here for this C wave on the small time frame. So around 60.73%. So 59.51%. Or it'll come up to around 60.73% at the 50-day moving average. We're right now just under the 21-day, as you guys can see. But coming up here, we'd be also tapping into the 50-day. I would say worst case scenario, we come up to the 200-day moving average at 62.69%. But I don't think it's going to be that big of a dip on altcoins. Remember, the trend is still down on Bitcoin dominance, okay? So I would say that every dip on an altcoin with confirmed strength, with confirmed underlying strength, would be a dip for buying, okay? Not a dip for panic selling or exiting your position. Because we're at such a pivotal moment in the market when you really look back and see what has happened, right? We've been in an uptrend for so long. We've had the first monthly close below the 200 just on July 1st. Okay. August, we had another monthly close below the 200 days. So big things are going to be happening in the market. I would say a lot of people are despondent right now, but I would say this is not a time to be despondent or hopeless. I would say this is a time to be excited, right? We have so much things happening in the market, and I think all of our altcoins will go up, or most of our altcoins. But let's go back to BTC here. I just want to check on it real quick before I wrap up this video. Yeah, so it's just consolidating there under the 618. I want to see a move above this yellow box. So the 702 is at 113.156. 786 is at 113.852. And we're just under the 618 at 112.459. Getting a daily push above the 21-day moving average at 113.718, you'd pretty much be getting a push above the 786 around this area too. So getting a move above the 21-day would allow us to negate the possibility of this last flush that we have projected on the cards. I hope you guys enjoyed the Bitcoin video. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to let me know. Peace out and take it easy. I'll see you guys in the next one.